Hello and welcome to From Market to Table. Today we're going to be focusing on some recipes that you could use during Lent. And Sam McGargy is with me today and he's going to start us off with some scallops.
Yes sir, we're going to do a coconut breaded scallop. It's pretty simple.
Sounds great.
Scallops is one of the things at home a lot of people might not want to work with. They might overcook. It's pretty tough to get right, but this is something that's really simple and not very often do you hear of like frying scallops.
Yeah.
Really quick, really easy. So we'll go ahead and get into that. We're going to get our oil on here. We want to get that pretty hot. We're going to drop them in, and I mean they're going to be done in like 3 minutes. We're going to flip them once. If you have a deep fryer at home, you can throw them in there.
Yep.
You won't even have to flip them. But we have 3 steps. We're going to go dry and then into our wet ingredients and dry again. With our dry here, we have 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and then 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. We'll just get that mixed in here. And this, like I said, this is really simple. This is something you can do at home. It's real fast. And a lot of people like scallops, but they don't like to cook them because they're easily overcooked.
Yes,
very easily overcooked.
I've done it. You have to get a scallop just right.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, when you're frying them, they're really simple. They don't take long at all. They're really fast. With our wet, we're just going to do 2 eggs, and it calls for like 3 tablespoons of milk, but I don't think that's enough. So I did like 5. A little bit of milk extra doesn't hurt them all.
Okay.
It did never hurt. So we'll get that going. We're just going to whisk that together. So our scallops are going to go in the dry, then into our wet, and then back into our dry over here, which is just breadcrumbs. 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs, and then a 1/2 cup of the coconut breadcrumbs, which if you don't like coconut, again, you don't have to use the coconut breadcrumbs. So there's our dry. We're just going to whisk this up real quick. And with your oil, you want to make sure your oil is really hot. That's like the main thing. It's going to color it real good. And that's all you're looking for. Like I said, like 3 minutes, and you're done with that. Now with this, another thing with the batter, you don't have to use egg. You can use water, or not egg, milk. You could use water instead of milk. Okay.
If anybody's dairy free, it's
right.
Good to know.
Yeah. You could be dairy free. Very true. And then again, 1.5 cups of our breadcrumbs. You can use Italian breadcrumbs. You can use panko breadcrumbs. I went with the panko. I just like how it turns out a little better. Cool. But just fine breadcrumbs is the way to go. And then we'll get our coconut mixed in there. I just used a 1/2 cup. We're doing like, there's probably 3/4 pound to a pound there of scallops. So it all depends on if you're doing 2 pounds. I mean, you're going to need more breadcrumbs, but that's not something that really has to be measured out. Okay. Your breadcrumbs.
That's what you need.
Right. Yeah. To use what you need. So we got that all whisked up here. While our oil's getting hot, we'll start doing these. You kind of want your scallops to be a little moist, so when you first go in the dry, like it's going to stick, and then we're going to go wet and dry again. So these are pretty moist, and these are nice. These are pretty good big scallops.
Yeah, they're nice sized.
Very nice scallops. I'm just going to drop them all in there. And then with this, we're going to do an orange marmalade sauce with this. Really simple to mix up. You don't have to cook it. It's 4 ingredients. Bang, and you can dip it with shrimp, with scallops, anything fried.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You don't even have to fry anything to dip it with. It's good, and it's really simple and easy to make. This is good to go. The paprika adds a pretty nice red color to it too. That's about all the paprika does. It's just more for the color. That's about it. So we'll get those going. And then again, we'll go right into our wet here, flip them over, and then right into our dry. And this stuff, I mean, it holds nice. These breadcrumbs and the coconut hold really nice. You can see, perfect. This is something I'd eat for dinner.
I was just thinking, man, I can't wait to try that. I've had a coconut shrimp, but never a scallop. It sounds really good.
Yeah, it is. It's something different, like you said. Not a lot of people do stuff like that. They
Yeah.
don't. That's not something that's thought about at home.
No, it's a safer way to do scallops. You're not going to ruin them as easily when
Right,
you're
you're just
frying
deep
them
frying
like
them.
this.
We get that color. You still want them to look tender in the middle, so
Yep.
you're not going to cook them very long.
Mhm.
About the time they get that brown color, they're done.
Yep.
I mean, they're fast. It's the same in a skillet, though.
Yeah.
They're really quick, really easy to make. But that's one of the tough things that a lot of people don't. I mean, they're hard to cook.
Yes.
It's just
They are.
something. But, all right, so we got a couple few there. Our oil seems to be getting up there, getting pretty warm. Finish up these last 4 or 5, and what the heck, do them all. Get this out of the way. And again, the sauce is very simple to make. It's just 4 ingredients, 4 dry ingredients, or wet, I guess. But you're just going to whisk it up, and I mean, it's done.
Nice.
Just like that. Pretty simple. With Lent coming up, these would be a couple good recipes to try at home for dinner.
Definitely will be doing this one.
Yeah, I probably will too.
A lot of people like coconut in my family, so that'll go over big.
That's good. Yeah, good. I like how fast it is too. It's such an easy.
People don't have a lot of time usually. And
Yeah,
this
right.
isn't something you typically would cook for a large group gathering. It's just yourself, your family.
Right, and it's fast. I like it. I like quick meals, but
You and me
it's
both.
dinner. You're cooking dinner.
Yep.
But it's fast. All right. So we got those all breaded. Get this out of our way. So our oil should be pretty close here. And we'll just get those dropped in, and then we'll start on our sauce, which again is going to be done about the same time we're pulling the scallops out.
Great.
So hopefully they're done. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah. I love that sound.
Yes.
I don't know about you. And you'll have to flip these about once. If you're doing it in a skillet, like real 3 inches or so, you're gonna have to flip them one time. Just because they're not completely submerged. Your deep fryer, if you got one at home, it'll be completely submerged and they'll be done in like 2 minutes.
Nice.
So while those are going, we get out our sauce here. Whip this up while that is cooking. Alright, so with this, it's just honey, Dijon mustard, hot sauce, and then orange marmalade. If you want, you can use an apricot marmalade. Any kind of citrus marmalade is going to go well with this. It's the same, all in the same family. It's going to work. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard, a 1/4 cup of honey, 4 drops of the hot sauce, and then a 1/2 cup of our marmalade. We're just going to mix it up, and that's going to be about it. Just that fast and easy. And we're going to turn these, let them set for just a minute, and then we're going to pull them out because they're going to be done. See, the coconut changes really nice color.
Yeah,
Love
it looks great. It smells great too.
Yeah, that's the best part. Too bad they couldn't smell it on the TV, huh? So get those. But again, it's so fast. It's done in a second. Yeah, they're all good. Good, and I'll get on this. I've got a 1/4 cup of our mustard here. Right in there. To our honey. If you want it to be a little sweeter than what it is, you can add more honey.
Yep.
If you're not so hot on the sweetness, you go less honey. I'm just going to do this.
That's how I measure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah.
Unless I'm baking. Which I don't
Yeah,
do
right.
often.
Yeah, I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah.
Bacon, right? these are about done, so. I mean, just that fast. It is literally like 2.5 minutes.
That's great.
3 minutes. They look really nice. We got a nice spreading on them. A couple of these are done. These are pulled out. And we'll whisk up our batter, sauce here. And, I mean, that's dinner in 10 minutes. You know, you and your family are eating dinner. If you got your kids or whatever, got a basketball game to go to.
Yep.
I mean, anything. It's so fast. It's so easy.
No, that's great.
There's that. And then we have just a half cup of our gonna work. Orange marmalade. This out 4 dabs there. If you wanted it to be a little bit spicier, you can go 5 or 6 or however many you would like. Dabs of that. And then like a half cup of orange marmalade, something like that. And then I'm just going to whisk that up. That'll be done. And while I'm whisking this up, I can hand this over to you.
Okay.
We can get that going for you.
Great.
See what you got. Looks like you got some pretty nice tuna steaks there.
Yes.
Can't wait to see how that turns out.
I'm going to be doing a pan-seared sesame crusted tuna with a ginger soy sauce. And I've started out by putting 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil into my pan, and I'm going to get that warming up. And while we're doing that, we're going to make our ginger soy sauce. So I've started out with a 1/4 of a cup of water in here, and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. Another 1/4 cup of soy sauce. One and a half teaspoons of sesame seed oil. And then I have 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. I have a green onion or a scallion that I've already sliced up. And 2 teaspoons of fresh minced ginger.
Hey, that ginger's got a good smell to it.
Oh yeah. The green onion and the ginger give this a nice taste. And we have red pepper flakes. We're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of those to add to it too, approximately. Sure, our oil's getting nice and hot.
Oh yeah.
And we're just gonna mix this together. And we're gonna set that aside. Next we have our tuna steaks, and I've dried them with a paper towel, and then I'm gonna take a tablespoon of oil and coat them.
That's just going to help them not stick to the pan too.
Yeah.
A lot, the oil on the top.
Absolutely, yes.
Nice.
And then our next step, it'll help with having the seeds stick to them too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's true. Very true. Yeah.
So So then we're going to take 3/4 a cup of sesame seeds, and we're just going to dump that out onto a plate. You just need enough to coat the salmon, or the tuna, on both sides. Now I have it nice and coated in the oil.
It's pretty good.
Would you put a new
Yeah.
in there? Yeah.
Just what we was worried about.
Now, some of you aren't going to like that tuna is typically served rare. So at home, you can do that however you want. But that's what is often done in restaurants. You can order it however you want, though. We're going to cook it kind of on a medium rare side. I'm just a person who's always on the safe side when it comes to cooking.
Oh, we're back in business.
Thank you. Looks like I need a little bit more. You're going to press that in and really give it a nice coating. You want them completely coated.
It does stick pretty nice too. Like you said, the oil helps a lot with that.
Absolutely.
Makes it a lot easier.
Okay. Make sure our oil is nice and hot, and I believe that we are. And you're going to heat it on high for about 30 seconds and just leave the tuna alone. Everybody likes to move everything around and play with it, but you don't need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. Like you said, you don't really have to do that.
No,
just let it sit.
let it be.
Do its thing. Tuna's going to cook pretty quick. And like you said, a lot of it's, you want it rare. That's how you're going to get it a lot of times. It's rare, medium rare, which isn't going to take long at all.
So we're going to do that for, like I said, about 30 seconds, and you'll turn it down just a bit to like a medium high. And that's whenever you have to decide, how do you like your tuna cooked? I'm going to let it go for about 2 minutes past that. So again, that we get more to a medium to medium rare versus a rare, which when you serve them, they just sear the outsides, and the middle will actually be cold to the touch.
Yeah, it will.
Which a lot of people like it that way.
It's nice too. Tuna's another thing. It's really simple to cook, like how you want it, because the tuna steaks are going to flake apart like a steak.
Exactly.
Like you can check it, and it's not just going to crumble and fall apart like a normal piece of fish.
Yep.
You can check that and make sure it's done how you want it if you're cooking it at home.
So you want the sesame seeds to get a nice golden brown on them. I think we're there. We are there.
Looks good.
So again, depending on how you like it, is how long you'll cook it. But I'm going to do a little under 2 minutes on this side, getting it a nice sear and getting it to that medium rare.
Yep, that's good. Sure looks good. Like you said, it does give it a nice golden brown. The first sear, that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely,
It looks
and
good.
you can smell those sesame seeds
Yes,
cooking.
very much so.
So we have our ginger soy sauce. I'm just getting it ready for when we're going to plate this up.
And that sauce also, I mean, that was a very quick, very simple,
Absolutely, just a
another
few ingredients.
easy sauce.
And it would be good with basically any fish.
Yeah, right.
Yep. All right, I think that we're to our medium rare. And let that one go for a minute. And we're going to take a knife And cut this about 1/4 inch thick slices.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm excited to eat that too. All right, our other one should be to that medium rare. And again, like most commonly served in a restaurant, rare.
Yep.
But up to you. And you can always serve seafood with a lemon. And there you have it.
Looks pretty good to me.
So we've got a coconut
Bring ours over
scallop
here next to it.
and a seared tuna with a ginger soy sauce. I hope you try these both at home because you're really going to enjoy them.
It's very good, very
Yes.
easy, simple for Lent.
Absolutely. And until next time, I'll see you at the market.